Thank you for taking the time to join the webinar today. So today's webinar is going to be on future of banking in IT operations. We'll be taking you through a journey through advanced observability. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time and joining the webinar. So today's housekeeping points will be today's session is going to be recorded and a link will be shared with the attendees following the live broadcast. Attendees will be muted throughout. And if you have any questions, you can submit in the Q&A panel in your meeting window. If you have any technical difficulties, please send a chat to Helen Owens. And please let us know how we did through the webinar at the survey at the end. So let me introduce you today, the panelists we have. Let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Vindhya Vikramatunga. I am the account manager here at Loop One for the APJ region. Then we have Tharindu Jaima, who is the head of engineering at Loop One for the APJ region. Then Madhav Tilakaratna, who is our solutions architect at Loop One for the APJ region. So this is some of the agendas that we are hoping to cover today. We'll be starting off with objectives, and we're presenting who we are as a company and as Loop One, and we'll be talking about ITOM, observability, and few of the SolarWinds product portfolio for you to understand how it can comply to your platform. We'll be also going through a very interactive live demo at the end. And following that, we have a Q&A session where you can present all your questions and we'll be answering those. So the objectives today, let me start off with downtimes. These are basically few of the pain points that we want to address today in the webinar. So we'll be talking about downtimes, how downtimes affect your IT performance and your platform, how we can prevent these inaccessibilities. And then we'll be talking about availability. So having high availability in your IT platform is a highly crucial factor. So we'll be talking about availability as well. So then the next point we're hoping to cover today is about compliance. So this is a bit of a special point for everyone who is in the finance and banking industry, because we hope to cover how you can comply your IT platform with CPSL standards. And then lastly, we would also be covering concept of single pane of glass visibility. So how you can monitor your entire IT platform through a centralized dashboard. So how you can efficiently monitor all your platform through just one single pane of glass. So we'll be covering, these are some of the objectives that we're hoping to cover today. Okay. So who we are as a company, who are we as a team talking to you today. So let me tell you a little bit about us, a little bit about who Loop One is. So we have been in the industry for the last 20 plus years, providing services globally, managed services, professional services, so on. And we have been serving more than 250 plus companies in the Fortune 500 list. And as a single company, we have the highest number of SolarWinds certified engineers with us, which is about 38. And we have, through that team, we have around 41 SolarWinds certifications with us. And a prominent part of the Sri Lankan team is that we have a 24/7 support team running through from Sri Lanka, and this is done under ITIL standards. So speaking on the global availability of Loop One, we represent in 5 different locations from USA, UK, Germany, Ireland, and in Sri Lanka. So speaking about global representation and our representation in Sri Lanka, we were fortunate enough to achieve Great Place to Work in the 2023. And we were even fortunate enough to come to the best workplaces in the Asia list. So, and we have done more than 4,000 plus professional services engagement throughout our years of experience. So this is a little bit about us as a team, as Loop One. So I'm going to be handing over the webinar to Madhav Tilakaratna, who is our solutions architect, to go on with the technical bit. Thank you.
India. Good evening, everyone. So, during Vindhya's brief introduction about Lokman and what we are doing, you heard a couple of buzzwords. ITOM is one, right? So let's have a look what ITOM is. ITOM stands for Information Technology Operations Management, and in simple words, ITOM is management and operation of entire IT infrastructure of an organization. So it focuses on monitoring, alerting, capacity planning, automation, stuff like that. And let's have a look how it differs from ITSM, right? So the ITSM basically focuses on the process, delivering services and the users. And while IT operations management, ITOM refers more into tools, environment, and processes for the operation of IT services. So ITOM versus ITSM. Does these frameworks compete each other? No. These these frameworks, other than competing each other, complementing each other for the shared goals. So what are the shared goals? Availability, agility, and quality of experience. Quality of experience in this, it gives the quality of experience for the internal users as well as the external users, means the customers. That's about ITOM. Let's see what is in observability. Yeah, so you heard another buzzword called observability. So let's have a look what observability is. So every one of you know monitoring, I guess. Every one of you have some kind of monitoring system on your organizations, and every one of you do monitoring, right? So monitoring is basically reactive, and it gives us the insights about what is happening. But on the other hand, observability suggests us about be proactive and take actions before something happens. And that's what observability advocates over monitoring. But we have to know monitoring is the background and the foundation of the observability. And the observability systems we are going to speak in the next part of this webinar gives the actionable insights for the users to refrain something before something happens. Uh, okay, let's go forward. In this diagram, you see the architecture of a typical organization like a bank, or bank or a financial organization. So there are in the modern day organization, there are maybe 100 services which is connected to the public cloud, and maybe thousands of infrastructure node, servers, routers, switches, firewalls, etc. And there might be hundreds of applications giving services to the internal users as well as the external users, the customers, and those are connected to another hundreds of databases. This is a super complex situation. And when it comes to monitoring, you have the free monitoring tool offered by the cloud for this uh, for to monitor your cloud, and the couple of another network monitoring tools offered by the network vendors, firewall vendors, and the router and switching vendors, and the also there might be a homegrown script to monitor you have been built for to monitor something, and there might be open source tools. So this is a super complex situation. This for this kind of scenario we called swivel chair monitoring. That means we have multiple systems for the to monitor different systems, and we go on to different systems to get insights about what is happening on the each system. So SolarWinds is envisioning to overcome this kind of a scenario by giving a unified view on your entire IT infrastructure. Uh, so let's have a look on how they do it. Yeah, let it be your services and the servers applications are rely on your private cloud or the hybrid cloud, and the this unified SolarWinds platform can monitor the things about your network, systems, servers, applications, database, and the containers and the security aspects as well. So everything is unified, and that's why they say the single pane of glass for their solution. Right, let's go a little bit deeper in the network systems and database aspects. Yeah, this is the network observability suite for with SolarWinds, and you can monitor the performance of your network nodes. And not only that, you can monitor the configuration changes and all. The Taridu will give you a basic example of this for the network configuration manager in this session, and you can monitor what is flowing through these network devices through net flow traffic analyzer. And the on the other hand, VoIP and network quality manager gives the IP SLA matrix on your for the SolarWinds dashboards, right? I want to little bit speak about this. So any banking organization must have a call center for to be operated as a business, right? So if you a banking or if your bank or financial institution has the Cisco or Avaya as their call center solution, the SolarWinds can connect to these Cisco or Avaya call center solution via API calling as well as SNMP, and it gives the insights about how it is your VoIP network is working. So this will be a good tool for any bank or organization which has a proper call center. Right. The user device tracker, on the other hand, gives some kind of security aspects. So it gives you the insights about what users are connected to your switches, access points, etc. And the security event manager also an important tool I want to highlight. So security event manager is the SIEM arm of the SolarWinds platform. So I am aware that regulatory bodies like Central Bank of Sri Lanka has given directions to implement a SIEM solution on each and every bank and financial institution to enhance their security posture. So the SIEM can get information from your network nodes as well as the server nodes and all, and give the actionable insight for your SOC analysts sitting on your SOC. So this will be also an important tool for a financial organization in that sense. So let's go for the systems aspect of this SolarWinds products. Okay. So this is the systems aspect of these SolarWinds products. So in this SolarWinds observability approach, you can monitor these server nodes as well as their applications running on it. Not only that, it can monitor the virtual state of your on-prem data center. So it can get insights from your VMware estate as well as the Microsoft Hyper-V estate. And also, not only that, it connects to your storages like HP3PA and Dell EMC, and gets the storage performance to the LAN level and gives it in a unified view. On the other hand, server configuration monitor is a kind of a security tool. You can configure baseline templates for the particular servers, and so let's say that there is some configuration change happens on that particular baseline template. You can get alerts and you can take actions before something happens. Access rights manager also gives you the flexibility provision users with the correct rights. On your Active Directory environment. Runecast Analyzer is not a SolarWinds product, but we have kept it, we have taken it purposefully because it gives the proactive approach towards cloud and Kubernetes security posture management as well as overall security configuration assessment, and gives the next level data on your security configuration assessment especially. Right, let's have a look on what we can have on database. Yeah, database observability also an important part for observability solution. So you have observability for your network, the servers and applications. But if you don't know what is happening on your database, it will be a problem, right? So to overcome this scenario, SolarWinds has a database performance analyzer. It covers almost all the database, all prominent databases, and gives fetch data on the how the query performance of these databases, and displays it on the dashboards to get the user the actionable insights. Okay, that is the application part. Let's go to the IT service management. But yeah, these are the IT service management and service desk tools offered by SolarWinds. And actually, IT service management is evolving into enterprise service management. What is enterprise service management? So the IT service management was previously focused on the functions of the IT department, but now this evolved into provide the services on the whole organization. Let it be HR, finance, legal, marketing, like that, right? So you have multiple tenants with the SolarWinds Service Desk solution, and you can configure the multiple service portals for these users of these particular departments. And the importance is these each department is private for the users of that department. The other department, for example, people in the HR department cannot see the stuff in the finance department, and the legal maybe and facilities department can't see the stuff in the IT department as so. So we can configure as we want. Right. So this is a cloud-based solution. So there is no investment for the hardware or whatsoever, and therefore it comes in a very flexible subscription licensing, and also it is the licensing matrix also very simple. So it is licensed based on the number of technicians as well as the assets which has an IP address. And the this part OOB integrations I want to explain a little bit further. So let's assume a particular XYZ bank has branch in a rural area, and this branch goes offline, and the IT manager want to that particular breakdown to attend by a designated person. So in such scenarios, the observability system I explained earlier gets the unavailability alarm, and based on that alarm, this SolarWinds service desk is capable of creating a ticket automatically and assign it to a particular user. And once this particular user remediated the issue and completed, closes it on the service desk environment, the alarm, the SolarWinds service desk will be talked back to the observability system and clear that particular alarm. So these kind of integrations are out of the box. There is no div work is required. That's the beauty of these out of the box integrations. So I want to highlight this SolarWinds web help desk as well. So there might be some limitation to store data on the cloud for the banking organization. So therefore, in such scenarios, web help desk is there to have self-hosted as a self-hosted solution. So this is comparatively very cost effective, and it comes with the perpetual licensing. Okay, let's have let's go to the next slide and have a look on what we have on information security awareness. Right, no before. So we spoke about the IT service management, networks, and the these all these process and the equipment. What about the users? So we did our systems observable to make our systems up and running, right? But what if our users are not users doesn't have a proper awareness, and if they are vulnerable through some third party threat actor, if our systems are vulnerable through our users? So in that scenarios, know before comes to our help, and we have keep this product in our portfolio very purposefully for that reason. So it is a simulated phishing attacks tool. So it sends regulated, simulated phishing attacks to the users of the organization, and once if these users are got caught on these simulated phishing attacks, what it does these through the AD you can assign compulsory information security training for these users. In this way, you can enhance the security posture of your organization and keep your data and the systems up and running in a better way. That's why I wanted to highlight this tool on this webinar, and I think that's all on the slides today. My colleague Tarin Jayamaha is waiting me to give some comprehensive show some comprehensive dashboards as well as some interactive sessions. So if there is any questions, feel free to put it on the chat window. I will evaluate them and answer by the end of the webinar.
Thank you, Mother. I believe you had some sessions with India and Madhav with the SolarWinds observability features, and know before the information security awareness. Right now, I'm going to give you a demonstration about network infrastructure monitoring with SolarWinds. So I believe this will be helpful for the teams who working with networks, managing networks in finance and banking sector. So, so I'm going to demonstrate. So, what are the things that you can do? What are the things that you can monitor from the platform like SolarWinds? So, from the initial point, uh, so network devices, this is a summary. As a network engineers, they have a lot of issues in the when they start in their operations. So this is a summary view. Under the green light, we can see the devices which performing without any issues, and under the critical, so there are devices which having critical issues. So in here, the advantage is as a summary view, we can find entire infrastructure performance, and also when it's showing the devices with having issues, we don't need to log into the device or go to the device. Just taking your cursor to the specific device, it will show the issues that related to the specific device. And this is you can see it's loading. You can see in this device there are alarms. It's a firewall, AC firewall, and there's an alarm with this device. And also there's a one called unmanaged. I think you are wondering what is that. It's because if new site provision to their network, but those devices are not added to the monitoring zone. Those devices are categorized as unmanaged. And then I believe for the finance companies and banks, so you have a lot of branches across the country. So in here, you can customize a graphical user interface with a map view, which you can actively monitor the sites and their availability and the performances. Let me share you a zoomed view of this map. You can see this map. So the head office is Colombo, and there are branches in Putnam, Jaffna, Anuradhapura, Trinco, Kandy, and Mathura as well. So with this diagram, I can see the link speed and also the site performance. In here, uh, we can see the site performance, but if there's any issue, the devices within the sites, like one of the servers CPU to utilize within the site. So that also from the map view you can monitor. For that, you have to do is just take the cursor top of the site. You can find what are the devices inside that site and what are the things have issue. I think this this map view is very useful for a network operations center team and as well the CISO, CTO of the company. So to make sure that their branch network is highly available and working without any interruptions. Then it's a map view monitoring. Let me show you the high level view. So there are banks, they have branches overseas as well. So we have to make sure those branches and those devices that look hosted in those branches also working without any interruption to make sure all the transaction, all the banking activities are running smoothly. So in here as well, there is a branch here in UK. So it shows amber color, which means there are some issues. So you can see here when I take the cursor top of to the icon. So there are two servers with critical issues and one server with a warning state. So then, so that's about the maps and dashboards. Next, I'm coming to the hardware health of the overview. So managing the network like 100 and odd routers and more switches. So it's not an easy thing. So you, as IT team, you have to make sure all those devices running without hardware issues, which hardware issues causing a lot of downtime. So in here, what SolarWinds Observability done is it log into each and every router and switches and give you a summary view. What are the hardware errors currently having? So as a network engineers or the network team, you should have to go through and you have to find out to fix these hardware issues. Either you contacting the vendor or by yourself. So this is something that more useful to maintain your network infrastructure. Next, nowadays, a lot of network infrastructures moving to SD-WAN. In here, I'm representing SD-WAN network when it configured monitoring with SolarWinds. Alright, in here, I'm using the Cisco Meraki network, which connected to API integration. This is how when it's configured. I believe you guys may aware, according to each and every SD-WAN member, there's a separate console. Like for Riverbed, there's a separate console. Steel Connect, there's a separate console, and Meraki. But managing several vendors is very hard. But with SolarWinds, you can do API integration with each and every SD-WAN vendor, and you can monitor those environment as well from the SolarWinds from a single pane of glass. In here, you can see MX01, which means the Meraki firewall, which are directly connected to SW01, which means switch to L2, and is green color, which means the connection is healthy. So likewise, this is the way SD-WAN network represent from SolarWinds Orion. And next, this is a core network diagram. I believe in the banking sector, there are highly critical applications and servers running top of highly critical network devices. So which may be within the data centers or on-prem and with connected cloud. So network team needs to monitor in narrow down with those devices in a separate way. This is the perfect example that we have developed, like monitoring the core network with their speeds and their utilization and the errors, making sure those critical systems are up and running. So this is a diagram, an active diagram, which you can do your troubleshooting very easily. And the next is network teams having so many problems. There may be users who are utilizing the bandwidth. Some you may have getting problems like there is a user from the branch reporting the branch internet connectivity, or they can't access their ERP. The site is very slow. Sometimes one of the user misusing the bandwidth or doing some unwanted things. So if you want to track something without a monitoring system, what you should do is you have to install or configure IP top toppers in each and every site, and you have to log into the site route and find who is the person utilizing the bandwidth and what is the protocol. And it's also a little bit hard. But in here, by using SolarWinds NetFlow, you can find out the person from the IP address and also the protocol which the user using the misuse the bandwidth. So likewise, it's very easily within few seconds or minutes, you can find out the root cause, and you can give the solution. Not only for those things, and also doing the backup jobs and firmware updates and Windows update. Those things also goes in the bandwidth a lot of time. So that type of things as well, we can monitor, and we can do the things using NetFlow. This is like little bit of thing, not a big thing. There are a lot of things that we can do with NetFlow. So just to give you an idea about this feature. Okay, then baseline versus conflicts. Okay, I'll explain this like in this way. In banking, you guys maintain a standards when configuring routers and switches. Even the banner that using for the router or the switcher, you guys have your customized one. And when configuring the router also and switches, you guys maintain such architecture that you follow. But when working multiple teams in the network, so there is a chance this configuration, the standards get missed. So in here, what SolarWinds doing it from itself. So we have to configure the baseline standard configuration in the monitoring system. Then it will log into each and every router in your platform and compare with the standard that we set with the baseline. So in here, what it shows is there are set of devices in their infrastructure which not comply with the baseline configuration, which means these devices are not the configuration, not the standard. So for this, I like to give you an hands-on experience. So Madhav, can you share this link with the attendees? So you guys will receive a link. So which the link follows you to go with for the SolarWinds HCO demo. So please click to this link. So I'll wait for like 2 to few minutes until you guys load in this web page. So this is going to be a little interactive session for you guys, just how SolarWinds is going to be helpful for you. Hope that you guys click the link and the website is loaded as in the screen. So click to login. Set the username as it is user advanced and don't need to set the password. Just click login. So if one of you facing any difficulties by logging to this platform by clicking this link, please send your details to us. So one of our engineer will call you and support you with this. And then go to my dashboard. Click to my dashboard and go to network and click to NetPass services. So I believe you follow. What you have to do is go to my dashboard, then network, then you have to click to NetPass services. So then NetPass services web page will open. So then you have to scroll down and there is a icon with NetSuite. You can click to the arrow with the NetSuite and you have to click this from Bruno Office. Yes. So is there any attendees that having problems? No issues, right? Okay. So will you everyone have load this page and came to until this moment? So you can find this this PC from 10.0.1.1.2, the Windows machine. The user from this Windows machine not able to access NetSuite ERP. So this is like an issue. So normally in day-to-day operation in IT environment. So in here you can see from the router 2, router 3, router 5, router 8. So it's showing green. So it means no issues. The router is functioning as without any problems. But when it comes to the router 9, it indicates as red, which means there's a problem. So now right now the actual problem what the user facing is not able to access the NetSuite. So in here you can find there's a ash color highlighted as config chain. What you have to do is just click to this. In here what happening is there is 2 configuration files. You can see the configuration when the router 9 is working well and right now configuration from the right hand side. Left hand side is when the router last time working without any interruption. Okay, I believe it's clear to you. So when so now scroll down the page and you can, if you scroll down it, you can find the line of 180. There is a route that advertising 208.46.20.0. This route is removed in the current running configuration of this router, so which causing the problem. So because of this route is not there, the disconnection in between the NetSuite and the router 9, which the Windows user not able to access the NetSuite. So assume that you don't have such a tool like this, finding this issue. What you have to do is you have to SSH to each and every router and you have to check show IP route, the routing table, each one by one. Even you go to the router 9 only, you are going to identify the specific route and the subnet is missing. So it takes high network engineers note like some reasonable time to do this troubleshooting, but using such tools like SolarWinds and this NetFlow and network configuration manager, you can do the troubleshooting even you don't know such a Cisco commands and well. you can get it done very easily and very quickly with these features. So I hope that you get some good hands-on experience with troubleshooting with SolarWinds. So I'm again going back to the dashboard that I explained. If you have any questions with this, please let us know through the chat. Yes. Next, we have covered the baseline and config part. Then the next is end of support devices. As again, for the banking and finance sector, the environment is very big, and you have to maintain the devices that you have in your network are under the support device. I think these things are mentioned in the CBSL standard as well, the devices and the way that you have to manage. So in here, we can find assume that in the next month there's a device, physical device is going to end of support. So which you need to replace it. So those kind of things like planning the network infrastructure planning, these things you can do very easily with using these platforms and features, and to make sure your platforms and the infrastructures and according to the standards. And then the crucial part is the firmware vulnerabilities. These days, there are a lot of hackings, there are a lot of data leakages and phishing attacks and data breaches and banking, finance. So we have to more secure because millions of dollars and lot of money top of your banks and financial systems. So your networks have to be more secure. So in here, SolarWinds, it's connected with NIST. So the best thing with SolarWinds is there's a feature called Network Configuration Manager. I think Madhav tell in previously about that. And what NCM does here is it go through entire platform of your Cisco routers, Juniper routers, of the switches, of the network elements, and what it does is take in the current vulnerability version, and it connect with the NIST and give you the current version is vulnerable or not. And if it's vulnerable, and it will show the severity as well. It's a high or major one or minor one. So which the network engineers can know about their current network vulnerable level. And also the CBSL also pushing that you guys have to maintain the compliance in a way. So NCM is a tool that you can easily in a centralized way, you can monitor all your network infrastructure and also upgrade to the any suggested version. If there's any vulnerability comes, CBSL or the SOC team will give, as an example, ISR 4000 series routers have to upgrade to X version. Okay, so before upgrading to the X version, you have to find what is the current version. So if you don't have such a tool, what you have to do is you have to log into each one of the ISR 4000 routers, and you have to type show version and find out what is the current version, and you have to get the version number, and you have to search in the internet. So a lot of works, but in here it will give through just a report, and you can do the network updates, Cisco and router updates through the NCM itself from a centralized location. And again, think that there you have a branch route in Jaffna or overseas. So you don't want to go physically there by using SolarWinds from the centralized location. You can say as from Colombo, you can do your network upgrades from this platform centralizedly with the proper manner. And also NCM support a lot of automations and scripting, and assume that you want to add a VLAN to a set of switches. So you don't need to log into one by one to switches and configure the VLAN. Just a script running through this SolarWinds platform, you can configure all those switches with standards, and also without minimizing the human errors. When we are configuring like 40 or 60 odd switches, there's a chance of having a mistake when configuring the VLAN. So we don't have that. So through a script, we can check and we can run through the specific devices from this platform. Those are the key features and key things with the observability journey SolarWinds give you as an advantage to maintain and manage your network infrastructure. Then the last part I'm going to cover is with network is configuration backup. I believe you guys know the importance of configuration backup. If one of the network node gets crashed, so even the new router or switch came, so you have to make sure that you have the right configuration backup to get the router or switch up and running and working as the previous router. So for that, again, SolarWinds NCM helping you to take the configuration backup and save it within the SolarWinds repository. And again, with the link utilization, again, you can monitor your critical links in narrow way. So which making sure your transaction or the links or the traffic is going without any interruptions. This is about the network infrastructure monitoring. Actually, when we think about what SolarWinds did, I explained little things, but there are more things that you can do with this. So with time limitations, I'm going to the server part of it. Same like this network infrastructure. So it will also shows the up devices and down devices and warning devices with the server nodes. Same way. So if you click to these arrow keys, you can find the servers with having issues, and in here you can find the servers that running without issues. And I believe in banking system there are servers that you have to maintain 100% availability, and also the round trip time packet loss. You have to maintain the minimum packet loss time, because there's a lot of transactions, lot of financial data moving here and there. So these are the example that these servers you can see response time is very zero, which means the packet loss is zero. So likewise, you can narrow down to those devices and monitor in critical manner. And then again, with in here, the supporting feature of SolarWinds is server and application monitor. So with this feature, it will give a lot of templates which applications, commercial applications can monitor. As an example, in here I'm taking as Active Directory. So to monitor Active Directory, other than just when we take about the monitoring, we can just monitor the server, the CPU utilization, RAM, disk, and all. Apart from that basic monitoring, we can do advanced monitoring to the application level. In here, for the Active Directory of this machine, so we are doing in advanced monitoring with this feature. You can see with this Active Directory. So this is a domain controller. So we can monitor in depth in the monitoring with Active Directory. This is a domain controller. This is a domain controller too. You can see it's more than beyond monitoring. So the people with that managing Active Directory, they know these stuffs, how critical, and if they can monitor these things, so how important it is. So this is one of the feature, but there are a lot of features like this for the SQL, SUSE, and those other Oracle. Each and every application likewise, they have customized features that they can give more insight about monitoring with the application level. And again, this SolarWinds is a platform allowing more customization. You can do more custom queries, like you want to monitor such a service only for the such between a specific time frame. So you can in here also some custom queries that we use to monitor, like you can do a lot of customization. This is not bottom. There are monitoring platforms you can only do with out of box things. You can't do any custom queries, custom monitors. But in SolarWinds, this is allowed according to your requirement. You can do your custom monitoring. And then again, this is a sample that I take to get highlight the CPU utilization. It's one of the critical thing. If CPU utilization goes high, to 100, and if remains, that there's a possibility that server or the VM got crashed. So in here, I just configured to find out the servers which CPU is utilized. And here the advantage is if you take this server, so this in this server CPU is utilized, the cost is SQL Server Services. So in here, SolarWinds it shows the problem and also the root cause as well. You don't need to log into the specific server and find what is the root cause for this CPU utilization high. So these are the features that coming with SolarWinds with server stuff. And again, this some servers that we maintain, 100% availability. So I think this is something you guys also maintaining in your infrastructures, I believe. And this is application dependency map. As an example, I'll explain from a software that currently we are using. In here, you can see it. I'll zoom it. You can see the map clearly now, I believe. In here, L1 is OC1 or IL. In here, there's a main application is running. This main application depends on this SQL server and also these three MS SQL, SQL agent, SQL server, and SQL browser. And again, Orion core application with collect a message in queue, job engine V2, and SolarWinds Cortex. So in order to run the main application in this server, we have to make sure each and every dependencies, these sub features are working fine. Right now, the core application is not working. It's because of that it shows as red. The one of the reason when I take my cursor in top of here is we can find the CPU is loaded, but it's not the main reason for open this not to open this or work in this application, but the actual problem is the problem with this SQL side. So likewise, if the application level problem comes, assume the ERP is not working, we can find from which layer, from which database the problem is causing to the main application. So this is about application dependency mapping and troubleshooting. Then again, the vulnerability part, same like NCM, this is also supporting to do reporting and checking the current compliance level in your network, finding out the machines or the servers which not up to the standard, not upgraded the firmware vulnerabilities. So again, this also suggesting the current version and the current risk level of the environment. If the servers are not patched or installed the latest firmwares, those things also can cover from this SolarWinds with the server side as well. And next, in patching, the people who do patching for Windows, they know they do patching as jobs, like they take like 10 to 20 servers for one job and run the patching, the firmware operation job. Then there are multiple firmware operation jobs are running simultaneously. So that jobs, like that firmware upgrading jobs, that success of that jobs also we can monitor from here, whether it's going to fail, it's currently going, where it's going to fail. Those patching tasks also we can monitor from this platform, which the patching team of your banks or the financial team going to benefit from here. And then in these days the storages are they are in a separate way, as Madhav mentioned in here as a storage area network. In here we are using Dell for our storages. This is how when we configure monitoring with SolarWinds for the storage area network, how it shows to you. So we can go with the LAN levels. So if there's any issues, so it will show here what are the issues, if the LAN is broken, if the disk this in storage the disk is utilized, or if there is issue with the RAID, each and everything you can find out here very easily through a GUI. You don't need to log to the LDMC. This is about the like what we can do with server and application monitor feature in SolarWinds, and can do more than what I explained. So due to time limitations, I'm stopping here for this feature right now. So I move into the cloud monitoring feature with SolarWinds. Yeah, so we have configured monitoring for cloud infrastructure for Azure and AWS instances that currently we are using. So we can find the node status and within the cloud. So what are the errors and what are the issues? We can find from the one console. Assume that you are using for services, uh, cloud services, Azure and AWS both. So you have to connect to both platforms to check the issues of both separate. But in here, from a single plane, you can point either Oracle, either AWS, either Azure. So all the issues from single plane, you can identify even the disk utilization, their performances, all the things you can monitor likewise in here. And there are a lot of modifications you can do according to your requirement. This is something that we did for testing purposes. And then I want to emphasize another feature called Orion Perfect. This is, even though I'm taking this from the cloud instances, this feature applies to network, server, cloud, virtualization, and every step. In IT environment, when we are doing day-to-day troubleshootings, there are issues coming, which is called problem cases, which are very hard to resolve. It's recurring, coming and going, coming and going. So as an example, there may be a application, it's working well for a certain time, but within within a time period of a day, it's not working. So maybe the impact will be a network issue or the other application vendor issue. So what we can do here is we can get those like the specific application and the dependency services also to one single frame, and we can do a live monitoring until we get the exact result. As an example, for this application, the main cause is the CPU, like here. So we can see from which CPU core the high utilization is going. Likewise, we can do live troubleshooting and find out what is the causing error for the problem issue. I know IT guys know about this, how resolving the problem issue. So I'm moving to the next slide. It's about managing the virtual environment. People who manage in virtual environments like Hyper-V, VMware, Nutanix in the banking and financial sector. So this is a dashboard which you guys going to be benefited. So you can monitor anything with VMware and Hyper-V, their in and out performance, disk utilization, throughputs, and also the traffic. It goes with your virtual interfaces within the hypervisors. So each and everything we can monitor in here, either Linux, Windows. There is no limitation here. So we can do monitoring for virtual environment. And last, so I'm going to give you last one. Actually, this is Access Right Manager. I believe in CBSL standard, they are also asking for you to go for IAM solution. So this is something. So you can monitor your ADO LDAP environment, and quickly you can respond to your Active Directory issues like people who unauthorized access and the reports with current users, password expired users. So many things we can do with Access Right Manager. So Anju will share a video with you because we are having some time limitations. So this is about the technical overview of the SolarWinds Orion Observability, how that can help you with the banking operation. So thank you for listening my technical demo. So I'm again passing this to India. India, it's over to you.
Hi everyone. So thank you, Tarek Jaima, for the very interactive demo session you gave us. It was great. So here are some SolarWinds industry benchmarks achieved by SolarWinds. So all around the world, SolarWinds have about 300,000 customers, and they work with about 96% of the Fortune 500 company list. Moving on, so I mentioned about the global representation of Loop One initially in the webinar. So it's just not globally. We are working in Sri Lanka as well. So this is one of the testimonials from one of our clients here in Sri Lanka. So when you have the time, please do read it through. So we conduct projects in Sri Lanka as well. So moving forward, we would like to give you a special chance to get a free database query training service from our partner DBG Software. So everybody has a database. So everybody has issues with their database. So if you today, for all the attendees that have joined with us through the webinar, we are offering a free 30 minutes analysis for your database from the DBG software. So if you wish to go ahead with this, please contact me. I can book a session for you, and we can do a free 30 minutes analysis for your database. Moving on, if you have any questions, any clarifications that you need on the whole webinar, the technical part that we covered, or if you even want to get a free trial version of the SolarWinds SEO or any of the modules that we described, please reach out to us, reach out to me. You can book a meeting with me through the booking link, and you can reach out to me through my contact number or even my email. So once again, thank you very much for joining the webinar. So I hope you have questions with you to present us. If you have any questions, please do share it in the chat board. We have one question on the DBG software, how you can register for the analysis. So in order for you to register for the analysis, you can drop me an email on the email address shared on the chat, and we can book it for you. I will contact you through any of your contact details shared, and we can book it moving on.